Now, the day wouldn't be complete unless I open with some of the stale jokes from the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Lest you think I'm jealous that I wasn't invited, you're mistaken. I've been invited every year by an individual who owns a table there, buys a table every year. And I don't know if he had a table this year, but I generally don't travel. But my good friend Joe Farah of WorldNet Daily has invited me in the past. It's too far away, number one. Number two, what's the point of going there? I don't get it. I have no idea what the dinner is about, and I'm far too serious a man to go there. So I didn't go to Cinco de Mayo. Excuse me. I didn't go to the White House Garden. You know, it's too early this Monday for me to really get warmed up. Plus, my neck is killing me. I have a neck ache. I had perfect neck and back. Now I don't have a perfect neck and back because I let a massage therapist near my neck. I mean, it's frightening if you let people touch you in the wrong place. Over the weekend, I found stories, and I have a stack of them. But let's play clip number one, Neil, so they get a flavor of what I'm talking about.
He is also home to the Kardashians, who, believe it or not, are Republicans. And I know that because they're always trying to screw black people.
Oh, God. When will this ever end? When will these low-class, white trash comedians be gone from our country, from the media? When will these low-class, white trash comedians no longer be invited by Democrats to tell jokes that simply incite the yuck factor? Who is this guy? I never heard of him. Where did they dig this creep up from? I hear he works for E! Channel. You hear this? Why don't they just get a puppet from the old Disney studios? Who? Who was the puppet? Bush? McCann? No, he would be. I think even a sock puppet would have been better than this guy, Joel, whatever, at the White House Correspondent Dinner. If someone held up a hand with a sock in their hand and painted eyes on it, it would have been funnier. Okay, let's go through the jokes. Let's go to clip two.
The vice president isn't here tonight, not for security reasons. He just thought this event was being held at the Dulles Airport Applebee's. Yes, right now, Joe is elbow deep in jalapeno poppers and talking to a construction cone he thinks is John Boehner.
Now I understand why so many of these comedians use drugs. It's because they look at themselves in the mirror and say, did I say that? Am I that disgusting? Is this what my mother and father spent money on me for, sent me to orthodontists for, that I would wind up stupider than a sock puppet? Keep going. Let's go to clip three so that people can get a little taste for the tasteless.
Hillary Clinton has a lot going for her as a candidate. She has experience. She's a natural leader. And as our first female president, we could pay her 30% less.
Oh, God. How can they keep pandering to every liberal shibboleth? Let's see. Republicans hate blacks. Women are underpaid. Let's see the next one, clip four. Keep going.
Hillary's daughter Chelsea is pregnant, which means in 9 months we will officially have a sequel to Bad Grandpa.
Ooh, they didn't know whether to laugh.
It also raises the question, when the baby is born, do you give Bill Clinton a cigar?
Ooh. Somebody slipped that joke in. I don't think he'll be invited to the baby shower. Okay, clip five. Let's hear it.
I do think you're making a big mistake with Putin. You have to show a guy like that you're just as crazy as he is. He invades Crimea, you invade Cancun. Russia takes back the Ukraine, America takes back Texas. Something to think about.
Excuse me? Takes back? Does he think Texas is part of Mexico? Russia takes back the Ukraine? Russia never owned the Ukraine. So, again, who is this White House dinner for? Who was there? Let's hear the next one.
Mr. President, you're no stranger to criticism. Ted Nugent called you a subhuman mongrel. And it's comments like that which really make me question whether we can take the guy who wrote Wang Dang Sweet Poontang seriously anymore.
Yes, Mr. Sock Puppet, we won't be hearing from you anymore. I'm sure the next we'll be hearing is you're in rehab with one of the Kardashians trying to remove the fat from your brain. Now, not to be outdone by this sock puppet, we have the sock puppet in chief who made a fool of himself, giving jokes about himself and about others. I don't think I'm going to play them because everyone's played them all day long. He makes jokes that channel our worst fears about him and what his administration is doing, as if he's not actually the bad man that we all know he is, doing the evil things that we all know the government is doing. So, for example, listen to clip number 12 about spying from the president-in-chief.
Colorado legalized marijuana this year. An interesting social experiment. I do hope it doesn't lead to a whole lot of paranoid people who think that the federal government's out to get them and listening to their phone calls. That would be a problem.
Why are they laughing? The federal government is listening to our phone calls. Even the German chancellor knows that. Every president on earth knows that. Now, of course, we go into the Kenya thing, which I'm not going to play. It's his way of, moving around it, blah, blah. Who writes this junk?